want to take a sec just to, hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas yesterday. Good, glad the way the schedule fell, that our players and our coaches could spend time with their families and get some time before coming back refreshed, ready to roll this week, which is what we'll do. Very much looking forward to the opportunity this week. A heck of a challenge with the Green Bay Packers coming in, Sunday Night Football. We know, kind of there's a lot of scenarios and things with the playoffs and, things that may or may not need to happen. What we're focused on this week is putting together a good game plan and trying to win a football game against a team in, a very similar situation to us. And ultimately, it's going to be about playing good football as a team on Sunday night and trying to find a way to win a football game and continuing, our chase to try to find a way in the playoffs. And ultimately, that's what we're going to do. I want to give you guys an update. We did confirm with DJ Wonnum that he did sustain a tear to his quad, and he will be going on injured reserve, and we'll have that surgically repaired hopefully this week. And T.J. Hockenson as well did sustain an MCL and ACL injury. He will go on IR as well. Crushed for both those guys, two of our most impactful players, leaders on our team, kind of set the standard of what we want as Minnesota Vikings in every aspect of who they are as men and teammates and players on the grass. And, two guys that will be difficult to overcome their loss, but we're going to have guys step up and hopefully still have those guys involved and around our team, because they are, like I said, leaders and very, very important to our locker room. Just a couple other guys, Jordan Addison and Mekhi Blackman, will be, kind of more in the day-to-day world this week. Both are feeling better and better here early on in the week. We'll see how they do with their treatments and their rehab and what their availability throughout the week will look like, but not ready to say anything more than they're both questionable for the game this week. I'm hoping to get Brian O'Neill back in there. He'll progress throughout the week. He'll be questionable as well. There's some other guys as well that we'll hopefully work through, but really TJ and DJ were the two I did want to update you guys on at this moment.
We'll start with Andrew and then Matthew.
Hey, Kevin, with TJ, did he tear both of those ligaments that you mentioned? And then just how would you summarize the impact he had for you all year?
He did. Confirmed. We confirmed that via MRI. Very, very unfortunate play, with the way, sometimes we've done a nice job kind of helping take out some of those head and neck area hits, to the defenseless players. Some of those low hits can be incredibly, catastrophic for guys. And so it was awful to see that happen. TJ, I can't say enough, just looking back on whether it been, when we've had Kirk go down, JJ go down, some of our guys up front. TJ has been a constant throughout the whole season. He's been incredibly tough, dealing with some things, throughout the year, managing those, working through those, and still being available each and every Sunday to us. I just, absolutely love TJ, love what he is to our organization, love his toughness, like I said, and his production. I mean, he's been wildly, wildly productive all season long, which was my expectation coming into the season, and just his role, when we're at our best, when we do have Kirk and we have our full group with JJ, Jordan, KJ, BP, Josh and Johnny to kind of support TJ in that tight end room. It's a heck of a skill group. Unfortunately, for TJ, he's, going to be on the road to recovery. And I know he'll attack that with all the resources we have in this building, and knowing TJ, the type of player he is, I'm absolutely looking forward to when we can get him back rolling and ready to have a great 2024 season.
Hey, Kevin, just with all the injuries, how has it changed, I guess, the coaching process? I mean, I know it's always next man up, but this year it seems like you've got quarterback going down, Jefferson out for a good period of time, and now without T.J. Hockenson. I guess how has it just altered things in comparison to what it was like last year when mostly everyone was healthy?
Yeah, it's been different. There's no way to really, you can say next man up all you want. You can talk about that mentality, and we do kind of live by that mentality because we like to prepare all of our guys and have guys understand that their development from a personal standpoint as a player to their role. Sometimes, we're more so trying to get guys prepared and ready for when times do get tough, they get called upon. We may lose some of our more impactful players, and we've got to try to continue to go out there and play to win football games. And that's what this really whole year's kind of been about, whether you talk about some of the offensive line kind of groups we've put out there, having to play significant time without Kirk, without JJ, without, whether it's, TJ or some of our guys on the defensive side. It's been significant. And I think our guys have battled. I think we've had the right mindset to have guys step up in certain roles and be ready for, that opportunity when called upon. And it's just been something you do have to work through. We've worked through it as a staff, trying to kind of adjust and adapt to what we think is going to give us the best chance to win games based upon the personnel we do have for that particular week, and it's been different at different times, and that's our jobs as coaches to continue to try to find ways to be competitive and try to find ways to win football games. And we've lost a lot of close games this year. We won a lot of close games last year. I think it's just a matter of just worrying about that next play, that next opportunity to see if we could be at our best and give our guys a great plan, give them a great play call, no matter what phase of our team that we're in at that moment, and hopefully prepare them to go play fast and have confidence that they're going to have success. And we'll continue to do that all the way down to the very end here. This week is about this week's game and the Green Bay Packers, and it's a team we know well. They know us well, and we've got to find a way to put together a great plan and have a good week of preparation that will lead to us having the confidence to go play well regardless of, the injury adversity that we have faced this year.
Alec and Kevin.
Yeah, hey, Kevin. Is the plan still for Nick to be the starter this weekend?
Alec, we're working through that right now, making sure that, we go through a full evaluation process of, the Lions game, of course, but going back to the Bengals game and taking a look at the inventory of really Nick's both of his starts, when he came into the game against the Raiders as well. We've had some turnovers, there's no doubt about it. And the interceptions has been the story for much of the year since we've kind of lost Kirk at that position. And we're trying to work through what we feel gives us the best chance to still be explosive like we were moving the football the other day against the Lions. But we've got to find a way to still possess the football and not set our team back. We've talked at great length about that turnover stat, that turnover margin, and just what it looks like when we break even as a football team over the last couple years, and that's our goal. Defense forces an early turnover the other day, and we have a chance to go down and maybe add to our lead in those moments, and we end up with the ball going the other way on that fourth down play. And that's just one example of us not maximizing our opportunities within the game to execute, to do our jobs, to do the things that we need to do to sustain some momentum in some of these games. And that's what we're looking at, the quarterback position, and really across the board with our whole team, what that looks like now that we're late in the year and we've been in the mindset of we're just focused on winning one football game, what that takes for this week. And we're in the process of working through that right now. And I'll definitely keep you guys posted throughout the week.
Yeah, Kevin, along those lines, do you think at all, or during your evaluation of this, do you think that the desire to be explosive is part of what's causing some of these turnovers?
Specifically looking back to the other day, previously at Cincinnati, Kev, it's hard to really quantify, exactly because each story kind of tells its own. But I believe, looking at the turnovers, I believe 4 or 5 of the last 6 interceptions did come on third down, where you do have to throw the football. You do want to try to convert and extend drives. And if you get man coverage, you get matchups either by design to get certain players on certain guys, and you feel like you have great opportunities on certain plays, and those end up being turnovers. I have a hard time thinking you're trying to be too explosive in those moments, especially when the turnovers are third down based, or you are able to get great protection out of the guys up front, help in the areas you need to get help on, based upon the personnel in the game. So I do know one thing: we would like to have a better, a more even fight in that time of possession. I do think we need to run the football more and run the football more effectively. But I will say, looking back on the individual stories of these turnovers over the last 2 games, they do come down to decision making. They come down to play intent and ultimately making the right decisions in the moment to find the open man and convert when we get those critical third down opportunities that will lead to us having more time of possession, more opportunities to score. I think the explosiveness the other day, when we did move the football, we scored pretty quickly, big chunk plays, and we're down in the red zone with a chance to score touchdowns. When we didn't do that, it was normally some situational football where the ball did go the other way. So taking a look at all of it, clearly, if we've got to try to reinvent ourselves, whatever way we need to do to still have success, to give ourselves a chance to win the football game without those negative plays, for sure, is always the intent of what we try to get done.
Ben, and then Matthew.
Yeah, Kevin, a little bit of a two-parter for me here. First, how many of the quarterbacks on your roster are you considering as possibilities for this week? And then with Jaron Hall in these last couple of weeks where he's been the number 2 guy and gotten a little more work in practice, how has he looked in those opportunities?
Yeah, Jaron's gotten a little bit more work, and he's healthy now, having recovered from the concussion, and has really put together some solid weeks of preparation, knowing he's been 1 snap away. And part of these conversations are, we've got 3 quarterbacks on our roster right now, so we're really having a discussion and really taking a look at the evidence of what we think leads to the best decision that we can make for this week. And all 3 of those guys are worthy of being involved in that discussion, and we'll make the best decision moving forward that we think's in the best interest of us winning games. And like I said, we're going through that right now.
Hey, Kevin, I just wanted to circle back on DJ Wonnum. Just his season this year, he had to step in for Marcus Davenport. I guess, can you speak to what worked for him this year and how he kind of took that next step when he was given the bigger role?
Yeah, I think when you look at DJ, the things that always jumped out with me, even knowing, going back to when we first brought Flo here, I thought he would be a perfect fit just because he's really 2 things in its purest form. He's very physical as an edge-setting outside linebacker in this defense, but he's also very versatile, very natural as a complementary rusher to Daniil or Marcus. There was a lot of times we had all 3 of those players when we did have them on the field, which was not much together because of the injuries. But there was a lot of times where we featured those 3 guys and really found some production with all 3 of those guys on the field at the same time. But then DJ's got the ability to drop in coverage. He's got the ability to be part of multiple kind of line game stunts up front, and athletically, football intelligence, baseline levels of so much beyond just the baseline that he was really impactful for our defense. I know our coaching staff, the rest of the guys on that defense, they know, you could feel it in the moment when DJ went down the other day, just what he means to us and our team, the locker room, and it's going to be a big loss. We've got to try to find a way to overcome, and what that looks like schematically and personnel-wise, we'll work through it. But I'm glad you asked about that, because DJ Wonnum to me has been one of our true impact players this year, and a guy that has made a lot of critical plays that helped us win a lot of football games and really stay as competitive as we have, despite maybe not having, you know, the type of year we had from a health standpoint a year ago. DJ's been one of those guys that his improvement and his impact has been critical for our team.
Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin, just circling back on quarterbacks one more time. Do you imagine this will be an evaluation process throughout the week of practice, and that the practices could have an impact on your decision, or do you think you'll have somebody settled in your mind by the time you guys get rolling tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's important just to maximize our preparation for not only that player that gets the nod, but also for whoever's going to be the number 2, that they can go through the process of the work week and know that they're just one snap away. Because the way this season has gone, we absolutely need to prepare for not only who's going to be the starter, we need to prepare for who would be the next man up, who would be the guy, if in case of, that true emergency number 3, and make sure we're preparing all those guys accordingly, not knowing how Sunday will go. But I also think it's important for the other guys in the huddle to know and get reps with that guy, hear that voice in the huddle, hear him at the line of scrimmage with his cadence, going through audibles, going through checks, all of those things. So I do think we're working through it for sure, making sure we exhaust this process, but we do want to have some clarity, as the week continues, so our guys can have that kind of clarity.
Thanks, everyone.